When it comes to building real wealth, most people think about flashy investments, chasing high returns, or trying to time the market. But the truth is, investment wealth is rarely built by sudden windfalls. It's built through discipline, consistency, and the right habits that compound over time. Whether you live in the USA, India, or Canada, the principles of money don't change. What changes are the systems, the opportunities, and how people apply those principles in their daily lives. Then the biggest myth is that you need to make a lot of money to become wealthy. But if that were true, then every high income earner would be financially free, which we know is far from reality. Investment. What really separates those who build wealth from those who don't is not their paycheck, but the way they manage, protect, and grow that paycheck. Everything makes a good investment. There is one money habit that consistently shows up in the lives of people who achieve financial independence. No matter which country they live in, it's not about cutting every coffee or living in extreme frugality. It's about creating a system that ensures you save and invest automatically month after month without relying on willpower. This single habit has helped ordinary people in America escape paycheck to paycheck living and allowed young professionals in India to retire decades earlier than expected and given Canadian families the financial freedom to live life on their terms. Investment, it's a habit that looks simple on the surface, but is powerful enough to change your entire financial future. And once you master it, the compounding effect takes over, turning small, consistent actions into life-changing results. So today, let's break down this 81 money habit and see how it builds wealth in the USA, India, investment, and Canada. The very first step toward building wealth is to pay yourself first. And this principle is so simple that most people overlook its power. Anything is a good investment. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to see what's left after bills, groceries, rent, and entertainment, the idea is to take a portion of your income the moment it arrives and set it aside for your future. This habit flips the traditional money script. Most people treat saving as optional, something they'll do if there's anything left over, but that rarely happens. By paying yourself first, investment, you make saving and investing a non-negotiable priority, and everything else adjusts around it. Imagine earning a paycheck of $3,000. The common approach is to cover rent, spend on food, maybe shop a little, and then hope that something remains to move into savings. In reality, the leftover is often close to zero. Now flip that. The moment that paycheck hits, you set aside 15 to 20% automatically into a savings or investment account. That leaves you with $2,000, $400 to $250 to manage living expenses. At first, it feels tighter, a good investment, but over time, your lifestyle naturally adapts to what you actually see in your spending account. This principle applies universally, whether you're in the United States, India, or Canada. In the US, paying yourself first could mean automating contributions into a 401k or Roth IRA. In India, it could mean setting up a systematic investment plan, a SIP, into mutual funds that run every month without you needing to remember it. In Canada, investment, it could be as simple as contributing to your RSP or TFSA right after payday. The tool may differ, but the habit remains the same. You take care of your future self before indulging your present self. What makes this so powerful is that it removes the need for constant discipline. Relying on willpower rarely works. There's always something tempting to spend on. By setting up an automatic transfer, you bypass temptation. You never miss the money because you never see it available to spend. It becomes a hidden seed quietly growing in the background, and over the years, those seeds compound into something significant. Most people underestimate how much this changes their trajectory. Investment, someone saving just $500 a month and investing it in index funds with an average return of 8% could end up with over $1 million in 3 decades. Investment, and it's not because of extraordinary effort. It's because of the habit of paying themselves first, month after month, without fail. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. But even if you begin late, investment, the act of prioritizing your savings immediately shifts your financial future. It teaches you to live within your means, build a cushion, and grow wealth steadily while still enjoying life with the money you have left. Investment. Over time, this simple but disciplined choice becomes the foundation of true financial freedom. One of the biggest misconceptions about building wealth is that you need a massive income to make it happen. People often assume that if only they could double their paycheck, financial freedom would be within reach. But time and again, reality proves otherwise. Countless high earners find themselves trapped in the same cycle as lower earners, living paycheck to paycheck, struggling with debt, and having nothing meaningful to show for their income. The truth is that consistency always beats income. It's not about how much money you make, but how disciplined and regular you are with what you save and invest. Think about two individuals. One earns $150,000 a year, but spends lavishly on lifestyle upgrades, luxury cars, and expensive vacations. At the end of the year, their savings account is nearly empty. The other earns a $50,000 a year, but commits to saving and investing just $500 every month without fail. Fast forward 10 or 20 years, and the second person ends up in a stronger financial position because they earned more, but because they were consistent. Wealth is the result of disciplined habits practiced over a long period of time, not sudden bursts of effort or luck. This principle plays out in every country. In the United States, someone contributing regularly to an IRA or 401k will always outpace someone who sporadically throws money into investments whenever they feel like it. In India, the person who commits to a systematic investment plan in mutual funds or even recurring deposits will accumulate far more than someone who invests inconsistently, even if the inconsistent investor earns a bigger salary. In Canada, regular contributions to RRSPs or TFSAs build a powerful nest egg over time, while a regular saving rarely leads to real progress. The tools might differ, but the power of consistency remains universal. Consistency also removes the guesswork of timing the market. Many people wait for the perfect moment to invest, hoping to catch the lowest point or avoid a downturn. In reality, even professional investors struggle to time markets correctly. The person who invests steadily every month, regardless of market conditions, investment benefits from dollar cost averaging. Sometimes they buy high, sometimes they buy low, but over the years, the average smooths out. And the wealth they accumulate is far greater than those who sat on the sidelines waiting for perfection. Consistency is also psychological. When saving and investing becomes a habit, it stops feeling like a sacrifice. It becomes as natural as paying your bills or buying groceries. The process builds confidence, reduces financial stress, and creates momentum. Each contribution, no matter how small, investment reinforces the identity of someone who takes control of their money. Over years, that steady rhythm builds unshakable wealth. Investment, proving that discipline matters far more than income ever could. Every country has its own unique financial systems, and those who learn to use them wisely often see their wealth growth grow faster than those who ignore them. The key is to leverage the local tools that exist specifically to help people save, invest, and reduce taxes. These tools are not just optional benefits, they are powerful accelerators of long-term financial growth. The difference between someone who uses these opportunities and someone who doesn't can be staggering over time, even if both earn the same income and save the same amount. In the United States, for example, one of the most effective tools is the 401k. Not only does it allow individuals to invest in the stock market with tax advantages, but many employers also match a portion of the contributions. Investment, that's free money being added to your wealth simply because you chose to participate. Then there are Roth IRAs, which let your investments grow tax-free, meaning when you withdraw later in life, you keep the gains without paying additional taxes. Someone who consistently uses these accounts has a built-in advantage compared to someone who leaves money sitting in a regular savings account earning very little interest. In India, the landscape looks different, but just as powerful. Systematic investment plans, or SAPs, allow people to automatically invest small amounts into mutual funds every month. These plans are designed for accessibility, so even young professionals just starting their careers can participate. On top of that, tax-saving instruments like the Public Provident Fund, PPF, provide guaranteed returns with government backing and long-term tax benefits. By combining SIPs for growth and PPF for security, Indians can build a balanced portfolio that steadily accumulates wealth. The tools are available to almost everyone, but the results only show up for those who commit to using them regularly. Canada has its own strong lineup of options, with the Registered Retirement Savings Plan, RRSP, and the Tax-Free Savings Account, TFSAFE, leading the way. The RRSP allows you to defer taxes, investment, meaning you invest pre-tax money now and pay taxes later when you withdraw, ideally at a lower tax rate during retirement. The TFSA, on the other hand, lets investments grow tax-free, and withdrawals are also tax-free. Investment, which provides incredible flexibility. A Canadian who uses both accounts strategically can grow wealth far more efficiently than someone who leaves money exposed to regular taxation year after year. Good investment. What ties all of this together is awareness and action. Too often, people don't take advantage of these tools simply because they don't understand them or they put off setting them up. investment. Yet these systems were built to give individuals an edge. By leveraging them, you not only grow your money faster, but also keep more of it by reducing taxes and maximizing compounding. Now, wealthiest individuals in each country are not necessarily those who made the most money. They are often the ones who knew how to use the tools available to them and stayed consistent in applying them. The most powerful force in wealth building is compounding, and it works quietly in the background, multiplying your efforts far beyond what you initially put in. Compounding is often described as earning interest on your interest, but in practice, investment. It's the effect of consistent contributions growing exponentially over time. The earlier you start and the longer you let your money grow, the more dramatic the results become. What looks like small progress in the beginning eventually snowballs into something extraordinary, but only for those who stay patient and disciplined. Imagine investing $500 a month with an average return of 8% annually. After the first year, it doesn't look like much, just over $6,000 contributed and a little extra from growth. But as the years roll by, the magic of compounding takes over. After 10 years, the account might cross a 90,000. After 20 years, it could be more than 300,000. By the 30-year mark, that same steady contribution grows into over 700,000. And much of that total isn't money you put in, but growth on top of growth. That's the quiet power of time combined with consistency. In the United States, this principle shows its strength through retirement accounts like a 401k or Roth IRA. Even modest contributions grow into significant wealth over decades. In India, SIPs into mutual funds harness compounding beautifully, especially because many investors start small but stay consistent for years. In Canada, RRSPs and TFSAs magnify compounding by adding tax advantages, investment, allowing investments to grow faster than they would in a taxable account. The geography may differ, but the principle remains the same. Time and steady action unlock exponential growth. Compounding also rewards patience. Investment, many people give up too early because the growth feels slow at first. The first few years always seem underwhelming, but the curve of compounding is not linear. It's exponential. Investment, the biggest leaps often come after decades, when the amount of growth each year surpasses the contributions you're making. Those who stick with it long enough experience a tipping point where their money works harder than they do. What's equally important is protecting compounding from interruption. Withdrawing money too often, stopping contra-investments, or chasing short-term gains all slow down the process. The habit of leaving investments alone, letting dividends reinvest. Now everything makes a good investment, and continuing contributions regardless of market conditions ensures that compounding keeps working at full strength. Markets may go up and down, but time in the market always beats trying to time the market. Ultimately, compounding teaches a valuable lesson. Wealth is not built overnight. It's the result of small, consistent steps taken over a long period. The earlier you start investment, the less you need to invest later to achieve the same results. But even starting late, the principle still works as long as you stay consistent. Compounding rewards those who are disciplined, patient, and willing to let time do the heavy lifting,